In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to annotate with hypothesis for our Intro to Historical Study class. So right now I am on the Unit 3 unit narrative. So this is the narrative on Medium for the work that we'll be doing in Unit 3. As you scroll down, that's where you'll find the content for the unit and you will find the assignments. So hopefully you're not getting dizzy from seeing this scroll here. I wanted to scroll to first to open the predatory reading article. This tutorial assumes that you've already signed up for our class hypothesis group. You've already created a hypothesis account and you're ready to annotate with hypothesis. If you have any questions about that, you can visit the other video tutorial inside CNM Learn in the video tutorial section. I'll show you that in a second. Or just ask me questions. So please do that. Don't hesitate to ask any questions that you have. So I'm going to click predatory reading. That's going to open the reading assignment. So this is what we're assigned to read first for Unit 3, apart from the unit narrative. So to annotate then, what you're going to do is following the prompts and instructions in the unit narrative, you're going to identify some of the key parts of this reading that will help you to think analytically as you read historical documents. So again, to annotate, you're going to use the hypothesis extension. So I have the extension here ready to go in Google Chrome. If you have a different browser, you will have set up the bookmarklet, and so you'll have a bookmark that you'll click to open the same thing that will open here. It just works different with different browsers. So again, if you have Chrome, you'll see the extension up here. If you don't actually see the extension, but you know that you set it up, click the little puzzle piece, and then you'll click the pin next to that extension. So you notice here it's already blue. That means it's already pinned up here so that you can find it easily. So that's something if it's not showing up. Similarly, if you're using a different browser and you don't have a bookmark bar, you'll just have to click to find the bookmarks and find the bookmarklet there. Once you click that, in whichever form it comes in, you'll notice it turned dark. You notice all these highlights, and you notice these buttons here at the top right. The buttons at the top right will help you see all the annotations that other people have already made. I'm actually going to move my head to the other side of this thing here so that it's not in the way. So put it there. So before I get to those annotations then, right here you'll notice it says Intro to Historical Study. Sometimes the first time you use hypothesis, you'll have to sign in. So rather than seeing a person shape thing over here, it'll say sign in, sign up, or log in. I can't remember what words it uses, but just click there and then use your login information to log into hypothesis. Then you want to make sure that here it says Intro to Historical Study rather than public. Public is often the default, but you want to click Intro to Historical Study so that you see everything classmates have been annotating and posting. And again, an annotation is just making a comment kind of in the margins on the reading. And so to do that, I'm going to minimize that section. As you read along, you can read the other annotations that other people have put in. You can respond to those and have a conversation there in the margin. To annotate on your own, you will you will highlight the section that you want to make a comment on, and you will click Annotate. You can also highlight things, but highlights will only be available to you, so that's just for your personal use if it's something you want. But you click Annotate, it'll open this section again, and now you'll notice here's my username, bmorgan19, and I can type my annotation. So I'm thinking of kind of a question here. This is great advice for college students who have limited time. So I'm thinking about why this particular sentence is important for the way that I think about reading historical documents. And I've made that annotation. I'm going to click Post to Historical Study, Intro to Historical Study, and now I can see my annotation there in line. I can read along with other people's annotations. So if I click this one, for example, I clicked on this one from Hawkman, the highlight turns blue on the page, so I can see which text has been highlighted. That goes with the comment that was made. If I want to respond to that, I can click this little arrow, write a reply, and then click Post to Intro to Historical Study, cancel. So that's how you use Hypothesis. Once you've posted annotations, I'll be able to see them in our Intro to Historical Study group. I can go in and find everything that you have written, and I will make some comments back to you there. Something else I wanted to show you, I'm going to close this tab, use my dog for a second. Let me open this one. I'm going to go to our course on Medium again, and I'm going to go to the Unit 3 Unit Narrative again. So I clicked Unit Narratives, scroll down and find Unit 3. In Unit 3, then, we had that predatory reading assignment that was just an open web page that you can annotate. Scroll down, it hasn't loaded yet, but that's okay. Sometimes the images are slow. And you'll notice, well, let's see. So this one, this Foundations of Analytical Reading, is another annotation on the open web. So those are easy, you just do it the way I just showed you. The next part of the assignment, though, requires you to access a PDF that is contained within CNN Learn. Because these are PDFs that I own, I couldn't just put them out there on the internet in a way, well, at least I couldn't do it easily in a way that we could all just go and annotate them as I showed you. So to annotate the PDFs, you'll have to click, I have this in a different tab, you'll have to open CNN Learn, you'll go to Learning Modules, you'll go to Unit 3, and then depending on last name or interest, you'll click on the one of the two articles that you want to annotate. I'll just use the table of contents. You could actually just use these arrows as well to move forward through these. I'm going to choose Levine. That's what my last name is. And you'll notice that the PDF opens here. Well, it's set to open it in a new tab, which it just did. If your browser, though, your browser may block Learn from opening new windows and new tabs. If that's the case, you'll have to allow it to do so. And depending on the browser, there are different ways to do that, but it's usually just inside the settings. Or sometimes it'll pop up a message that a tab has been blocked from opening, and you can just click on that message to allow it to open instead. The thing I'm pointing out here is that you can't use Hypothesis to annotate inside of CNN Learn. So you'll notice this is displaying inside of Learn, inside the learning module. You need to open the file in its own window or tab. Once you've done that, then you can just do the same thing as I showed you. You click the Hypothesis extension or bookmarklet. You'll notice the tools are up. You'll be able to see all of the highlights, and you'll be able to add your own. So that's how you do that, and that's the same thing with any of the PDFs. In Unit 4, there are also PDFs that you'll need to annotate. So you just go back to Learn, you go to the Learning Modules, scroll down to Unit 4. Hopefully that opened Unit 4. It did. And then you'll have the same thing. So you choose whether you want to do Gardner or Morgan, which of those two. You click on that, open the file in a new tab or window, and annotate. So I hope that helps. Please let me know what questions you have, what other help you might need. Happy to help out, and I hope that this gets you up and running with Hypothesis.